Okay, so in this video, I want to share with you how you can make 50 times the money that you're making, how you can make 1,000 times the more impact that you're making right now by changing a few key things. Now, I know that this sounds too good to believe. I know that this sounds like this is just some clickbait video, but it's not, right? The biggest problem that people are experiencing is up here. So make sure to watch the video, tune in, so you can see how you could potentially generate 50 times more money, generate 1,000 times more impact in the world, achieve the goals that you want to achieve in your life. But for now, I will see you in the video. Okay, so I know this video might be a bit controversial in the fact that a lot of the times in life when we have big manifestations, big dreams, big goals, big desires that we want to achieve, we always feel like a lot of the times we feel like there's something external that we need, whether it's that new course, whether it's that new person to help me, whether it's this person stopping me from, in life, this person stopping me from achieving something, so that's why I can't achieve it. A lot of the times we look outwards. But in this video, I'm going to share with you 3 things that you can do to actually fix the thing inwards, right? If you go within, you won't go without. So what we're going to be doing is not just looking outwards, but what can we do to look inwards to see what is it that my mind or my thoughts could be doing to stop me from achieving my manifestation. Now, if you're thinking right now, my mind doesn't stop me from achieving my manifestation. I know what I want to achieve. I'm doing it. But this thing is stopping me. Or I don't know how to do this. Or whatever objection you've got to this dream, this manifestation happening. I want to ask you this. If right now, let's say, for example, if you've got a financial goal, right? Or let's say you just have a think. Right now, in this last year, let's just say this last year that you've had, how much money have you generated? Right? We're just going to use money for now because it's an easy way to just demonstrate actual figures that we can think of logically, right? So how much money did you generate in the last year? Was it 20K, 30K, 50K, 100K, a million, whatever it was? How much money did you generate? Now, in your life, is it a case where you wouldn't mind having a higher quality of life or a higher experience? Like, if you had the choice, would you rather go in first class flights or economy flights? If you had the choice, would you rather go in 5-star hotels or 2-star hotels, right? Now you choose this for yourself. If this is the case in life, you're like, you know what? I wouldn't mind a bit of extra quality. If I could have it, I wouldn't mind it. And I wouldn't mind first class flights, or I wouldn't mind 5-star hotels, or I wouldn't mind eating extremely healthy food or the best food cooked by the best chefs. Now, note, this is just a demonstration of one type of goal that a lot of people have, which is to have more money, more abundance, and different quality of life. So if that's the case, and that is something that you would like, we could classify that as your goal, right? We can classify that as something that you would like to achieve. So if you want to achieve more money and you've just figured out, okay, in the last year I've generated, let's say 30K or 50K or whatever the number is for you, I'm going to give you a task in this next year. Even if last year you generated 30K, the year before that you generated 20K, the year before that you generated 25K or 40K, and it's been around that mark of like 20 to 40K, I'm going to task you with the goal this next year, starting from today, generate 50 times more money. You heard me correctly. Generate 50 times more money. Now, what does 50 times more money look like? It looks like, for example, you can use a calculator if you want right now, but for example, if you generated 20K last year, 50 times that is 1 million. Right? So I'm asking you, if you've generated 20K this year, in this next year, generate 1 million. Whether it's $1 million, £1 million, whatever, it's 50 times what you generated in this last year. If you generated 50K last year, this turns into 2.5 million. If you generated 1 million last year, this turns into 50 million this year. Now, when I give you this task, I believe that part of you would kind of be excited, right? Part of you would be like, if I could generate 50 times what I generated this year, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. I could do this, I could go there, I could be this, I could do whatever I want with whoever I want, whenever I want. I would be free. So if that's the case and you have that slight excitement, I'm also very conscious that the majority of people as well, with that minuscule sliver of excitement, would also have a very big, very vast pool of doubts or objections, right? What do I mean by this? I mean, and just be honest with you, whether it was conscious or subconscious, when I said I'm giving you the task of generating 50 times that, was there any thought of you saying, I can't do that? Was there any part of you saying, that's not possible? Was there any part of you with certain thoughts that thought that I was crazy or thought that you wouldn't be able to do that? Just be honest. Was there any thoughts or any feelings of resistance to that idea? If there was, what was that? Because your mind was saying in the beginning of this video, okay, I generate this much money. Your mind was also saying that I wouldn't mind having a bit more money, right? Having some extra finances, having some extra abundance to do more things, have more time freedom to spend with my family, to spend with my friends, to maybe give back, contribute more money, right? Whatever the goal was, you had that goal of having some more money. But now when I mention, I'm giving you the task of not just generating what you generated last year, but generating 50 times what you generated last year. Now there's that excitement, but a large part, there is that part of resistance, of not knowing how, of thinking it's impossible, of not knowing if you have the ability to, of seeing other people around you doing the same things and thinking, but that person can't do it, how can I do it? Now, if there's any thoughts of that, what is this? These are subconscious programmings from the past. Subconscious programmings from your past self, whether that's from society programming you, whether that's from parents programming you, whether that's from yourself seeing things and programming yourself. Now you have these doubts, now you have these fears, now you have these anxieties that were never yours in the first place. How do we know this? If you just think back to when you was a child. When you was a child and you had those big goals, those big dreams to be an astronaut, to be a racing driver, to be a model, to be a dancer, to be an artist, there was never any feelings of, oh, but I can't draw, or oh, but I don't know how to race, or oh, but I don't know how to dance. It wasn't that. You would dance on the floor however you wanted. You would imagine yourself racing. You would imagine yourself on that runway. You would imagine yourself in that big dream, that big desire, no limitation. But then what happens? Society, parents, friends, the news, all these things that add doubt. Oh, this person tried this and wasn't able to do this, so it's not possible. Oh, my mom said that I won't be able to do that, or this business won't work out, or this opportunity won't happen. You see, in life, we have a lot of decisions to make every single day. So what does our mind do to make these decisions easier? Our mind learns certain things that happens and then programs ourselves. So that way, in the morning when you wake up, now your mind is not occupied with, how do I brush my teeth? How do I get out of bed? How do I put clothes on? We do this all subconsciously. So note, the first thing I want to say is that subconscious pre-programming is not a bad thing. Subconscious pre-programming is not a thing that we should run away from, shy away from, or fear. Why? It's because this stuff helps us. Over the years, you've learned how to brush your teeth. Now, when you get up in the morning, you brush your teeth, or at night, you're brushing your teeth. I guarantee you don't have to think about it. And some of you might be thinking, yeah, I have to think about it. I put my toothbrush on, this, that. Okay, let me ask you this. Tonight, when you're going to sleep, I want you to brush your teeth, but not with the hand that you normally brush it with the opposite hand. So if you're right-handed, brush it with your left hand. If you're left-handed, brush it with your right hand. And now I want you to see how much more you're thinking. How much more thinking it takes, how much more movement it takes, how much more uncomfortability it is by using the other hand, right? Now when you do that, you'll realize the benefit of subconscious pre-programming. You'll see how fast now you're brushing parts of your mouth that you never even knew existed. Now when you use this hand, this other hand, you're brushing parts like, how do I even get to that part of my mouth? I didn't even know that my hand did that. Then you go back to your other hand, like, it's so easy. Then you're like, with this one, like, where does the hand go? What does it do? So this is the benefit of subconscious pre-programming. It adds a level of efficiency to our life. But the problem occurs with when these pre-programmings aren't consciously decided by you, or maybe they are, but they're not consciously moving you towards your goals, towards your dreams, towards your desires, towards your optimal energy, your optimal vibration. That's when now these pre-programmings, instead of it being optimal, like you brushing your teeth and getting your teeth clean and whiter, now what's happening is almost like you're pre-programming yourself to put toothpaste on, put a bit of dirt on, and put a bit of extra sprinkles of things that are going to make your teeth go yellow. Yeah, like maybe coffee beans or turmeric or something like that, right? Even though actually technically turmeric is good to put on your teeth, but that's a different story, okay? If you want to learn how to get whiter teeth, then let me know in the comments and I'll share with you this routine that helped me tremendously. But If you're putting certain things on, let's say you put toothpaste on, let's say you put dirt on, let's say you put things that are going to make your teeth yellow, then you brush your teeth automatically, right? This is like what's happening in your life right now. This is exactly what's happening when it comes to your pre-programming of certain ideas, certain ideologies of why you can't achieve the 50 times what you want to achieve next year. And now let's not even just use money as an example. Let's say for example, if right now in life you actually like helping people, like you like seeing people, like you like helping someone, maybe showing them how to do something, maybe helping them with something, and then maybe even seeing that smile or getting that thank you makes you feel good, right? Helping people makes you feel good. If that's the case and you like helping people in this world, is it a case in life that maybe you would like to help more people? Like if you could help 5 people, see their lives change, see them give that smile, see them so ecstatic, so excited, wouldn't you like that feeling for 10 people? Wouldn't you like that feeling for 100 people? Wouldn't you like that feeling for 1,000,000 people? If that's the case and you like helping people, and this year, maybe let's say this last year, or let's just say this last month, right? You've helped, I don't know, 30 people, for example, right? Whatever that number is for you, have a mental figure in your mind. This month, how many people have you helped? Right? You can include your spouse, your friends, your family. Like genuinely, when you think about it, how many people have you helped? Then when you think about that, now think, okay, let's say that number was 30 this month. Would you like, or even if it was 5, would you like to 10x that? So if it was 5, would you like to help 50 people? If it was 30, would you like to help 300 people? If that's the case, I'm going to give you an opportunity this month to help 1,000 people, right? 1,000 people in one day. If you like the sound of that, hit the like button that you'll want to help 1,000 people change their lives for the better, right? Or maybe it's more, hit the like button. But now I'm going to say to you, in order to do that, you have to go to this event that I've put together with 1,000 people, stand on stage and help them. Share with them what you want to help them, how to teach them something, make them smile, do some comedy, whatever it is. However you want to help them, do it. I'm going to put them all in a room, you can do it. Now, same thing again. I know that there will be a small portion of you that will be like, excited. 1,000 people event, let me do that. But I know that for the majority, yes, there will be that excitement for helping people, but there will be that fear, that anxiety of 1,000 people in one room, in one time. I don't know how to do that. What can I share with them? How can I help them? Any of these doubts, any of these resistance. Now, I know some of you will be thinking, but I don't have anything to help someone with. Let me ask you this. In your life, have you gone through a challenge? Have you gone through some pain? Whether it's heartbreak, whether it's financial issues, whether it's health issues. Have you gone through any pain in your life? Challenge. If you have, let me ask you this. Was you able to get through that challenge? If it was heartache, was you able to overcome that heartbreak? If it was a financial issue, let's say you was bankrupt or in debt, was you able to overcome that and get some more money into your account? Right? Was you able to overcome it? If you was able to overcome it, do you think that there's people out there right now who would like to know how you overcame that? How did you overcome that heartbreak? How did you get that specific person you had in mind? How did you achieve that financial success? How do you just get out of debt? Do you think there's people in the world right now who would like to know, who are going through that same situation, but would like to know how you got out of that? Right? If there are, then you have something that you can share with people. You have something of value for people. You have a message that can help people. And now what I'm saying is I've got a 1,000 person event room that you can speak at. But now, okay, you're like, okay, maybe I could help someone. But now the fear of, but what, standing on stage in front of 1,000 people? I can't even speak in front of 5 people. And how do I know this? Because that was me. That was me literally, I think 3 years ago. Scared to turn on a camera, scared to speak in front of camera, scared to speak in front of thousands of people, which I was able to do by changing these few things that I'm going to share with you now. And already by looking at this different, you can see, initially you thought, do I have something to share with people? Now you realize by changing what's going on in your mind, now you realize I do have something to share with people. Not allowing these subconscious pre-programmings of feeling like your value isn't as high as others, feeling like you don't have as much to share, feeling like you can't do stuff. So what are these 3 things that you can change right now, or at least look into right now, to adapt how you see your life and what you manifest and how you achieve your goals? Well, first of all, you need to realize that your potential is 100 to 1,000 times greater than you even think it is right now. What do I mean by this? I think it was Elon Musk who said this quote. Elon Musk said, if you give yourself a day to tidy your room, it will take you a day. But if you give yourself 1 hour to tidy this room, the same room, you will do it in 1 hour. A lot of the times, the biggest problem that people are having in life is that they're giving themselves too long to achieve something. They think, oh, actually the other day, let me tell you a story. Right now we're in Bali, me and my girlfriend are in Bali. We are actually, we've made some good friends with some locals. And one of the locals there, her English is really good, right? Her English is really good. We understand her. She's amazing at what she does. She works in hotels. Then we said to her, why don't you go to a better hotel? Because she was complaining that, oh, not enough money in this place. We said, oh, why don't you go to a different hotel, like better hotel? Your English is really good. She's like, oh no, I need to learn some things. Maybe in 2 years, maybe 1 year, 2 years, I'll move. And then we were like, 1, 2 years? She was like, yeah, I need to learn some stuff here. But she's already doing the job for months. Then also that same day, to even hammer this idea into us when we were thinking, but she could work somewhere else. We went to these villas, which cost like, I don't know, 10 to 15 times more than the average villas in Bali. And we was looking around at these villas, and then what happens is the person at this villa at the front desk couldn't speak a word of English. All they knew was the word follow me, right? Then everything else we had to use Google Translate, show, speak, show, speak, show. In that moment we were like, this girl, her name's Widdy, she could easily be at this job. And these people are charging like 10, 15, 20 times more for these villas. She would definitely be getting a higher pay. And that's simply in one day, her reality could shift. But the problem is, she set herself thinking, oh, there's other people much better than me. Oh, it needs to take me 2 years to learn this. Oh, this. Now, instead of changing in 1 day, 2 days, it's going to be taking one year, 2 years for her, right? And most likely it will take longer because the mind always feels like it's not ready. So the first thing is understanding and appreciating that your potential right now, this is guaranteed. The potential that you're living at, you can live at 100 to 1,000 times greater potential than you even imagine right now. So, and this isn't about believing some wishy-washy woo stuff. This is just having an open mind to think, you know, okay, Josh said 100 to 1,000 times. That guy, maybe he's crazy. Maybe he believes in me too much. But let me just say, what if my potential was even 10 times what I believe it is right now? What even if in that next job interview I go into, I fully believe that my potential is 10 times more than anyone who works here. I fully have that inner confidence, that inner strength that I can do this. I can do this in this short time frame. Then I guarantee you that job interview that you go into will not look the same as if you was to do it with that old energy. So this is the first thing, is understanding that your potential is 100 to 1,000 times greater than you could ever imagine. Now, the second thing is all about monitoring your thoughts. Now, I'm not saying anything else right now. All I'm saying is monitor your thoughts. What does this mean? This means, okay, when Josh made that suggestion at the beginning of this video, what was my thought process? When he said, I'll give you the task of generating 50 times more money, 50 times more wealth, what was my thought process during that? Okay, there was some excitement, but then I did think, I can't do that. I did think, that's not possible. Okay, now this is not saying to change anything, right? This is just saying monitor. Now, one thing that you can do is get into the habit of writing these non-serving beliefs, these non-serving thoughts down to see what's going on in your mind, to see what you're speaking to yourself. Because chances are, if you had a friend that came to you and said, hey Josh, you know, I'm thinking about going for this job interview. They're paying like 10 times more money. I've never really done this before, but I really would like to try this, and I really think that I could potentially do this. I could potentially have a shot with learning something here, or even getting this job, or even just getting a new experience. Are you going to say to them, that's impossible, you can't do that, you haven't got the value, you can't do that, it's just impossible for you? No, you would never say that to your best friend. To your best friend, you'd be like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Like, I believe in you, you can do this. You know, if there's anything you want me to help you with, like, or maybe if there's anything that you want me to share with you that maybe I know that could help you, anything, just let me know, but do that. That would be so amazing if you get that. So my question to you is, if you would speak more positive to your best friend, why do you speak like you do to yourself? The one person that you live with forever, the one person that you should love like no one else, the one body that is beating for you 100% of the times, keeping you alive, loving you. Why do you speak to yourself like that? I'm not going to go into the details of the effects of thoughts on your DNA, because it's been scientifically proven that thoughts of negativity or disbelief cause disease, cause your DNA to regress and age quicker. Positive thoughts, uplifting thoughts, because I don't want people to think, oh, if I think positive, it will change. Let's not thinking positive. Yes, doesn't mean that you'll get the job interview. Doesn't mean that you'll get the job. But what it does say is that you'll be more optimistic. Your energy will be different. The person will remember you differently, even if you don't get the job. Your cells in your body won't be aging as quickly. You will have a more relaxed state of being. Your heart won't be beating so fast. You won't be in oxygen debt. You won't be pumping adrenaline, fear. You won't be able to not sleep at nights. So even if the positive thinking doesn't get you that job, would you still do it if it improved the quality of your life? Of course. So positive thinking and believing yours. This is not saying I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. This is just saying, what if I could do it? What if I could get that job? What if I could impact those 1,000 people in that one day? This is all it is. So next, the third and final thing that we're going to be doing is once we realize, okay, maybe I have more potential than I imagined, then monitor our thoughts. Okay, these thoughts are coming in to try and shift my mind and shift my energy to believe that I don't have this potential. Okay, let me realize that. The third thing is, how can you change those statements into questions? What do I mean by this? I mean, when those thoughts come in of, that's not possible, that's a statement. Is it entirely true? No. Is it an opinion? Yes. If it was entirely true, maybe something like, I don't know, if you want to be a pilot, and the minimum requirement for height for pilot is 5'6" and you're 4'11". Maybe then you could say it's a fact that that's not possible. But even then, there's still always possibilities for things to work out. Maybe it's a different company, maybe it's a different type of flying, whatever it is. But let's just say examples like that could potentially be fact. But I'm only putting apostrophes to let you realize that everything is possible. But let's just say that could be fact. But something like me getting that job, it's not possible. Is that a fact? Not really. Me generating 50 times more money, that's not possible. Is that a fact? Not really. That homeless person who went from homeless to a millionaire in a month, in a few months, in a year, you could say that's not possible for them. Seeing them sleep on the streets, then 1 year later seeing them sleep in a mansion, but it was possible. So is that thought of, it's not possible, I can't do this, that statement, if it's not a 100% fact and it's only an opinion, then what you can do now is, how can you reframe that statement into a question? What do I mean by this? I mean, if that thought comes up, that's not possible. What can I say instead? Well, I could say something like, how can I make that possible? What if it is possible? And I don't know if any of you guys watching know someone called David Goggins. He's an athlete. I think he's done Navy SEAL training, which is like some of the hardest trainings. He's done it like 3 times or more, and he's completed it, which is the majority of people don't complete this stuff. Basically, he's a badass. His mindset's a badass. His body's a badass. His physique's a badass. Everything, okay? What he said is, in those moments when he's running marathons, like these are long distance marathons. I'm not even gonna quote what mileage because I don't know exactly, but it's more than just a typical marathon. It's like crazy amounts of distances. And let me put it into perspective. These distances are the type of distances where he's running, and then his ankles like break or something like that. He's been running for so long, his feet are bleeding. In those moments when his feet are bleeding or his ankles or something's broken in his body, he's not thinking, I can't do this. People ask him, what are you thinking in those moments? How do you keep pushing to even stop on the side of the road, sellotape your legs together, even when you've got broken bones, sellotape your legs together so that now you can run again? What are you thinking? He said, I'm not thinking, I can't do this, it's impossible, I'm in so much pain. I'm just thinking, what if I make it? What if I do this? What if I can keep running? And even those thoughts of just what ifs, it's charging you, and you can even think this. What now that 50 times, let's say you've made 20k and now this year I'm challenging you to make 1 million. Don't think it's not possible, I can't do this. Think, how can I do this? Think, what if I could do this? What could I change in my life right now to make me more likely to do this? Do you see how those thoughts, those beliefs are already changing your reality, changing your mindset to see new possibilities, to see new ways that you can change? Right? So these are 3 simple steps that you can do right now. Is 1, believe and know, not just believe, but know that your potential is greater than you could even imagine right now. Second step is monitor those negative thoughts or those limiting beliefs in your mind, or those non-serving energy that's going on in your mind, right? Those non-serving beliefs. Then once you monitor them, third thing is, how can you reframe it? How can you reprogram it? How can you change those statements into questions that will not disempower you, but empower you? Those are the 3 things that you can do right here, right now, to awaken a new sense of self, awaken a new you, embody a new you, become the new you. And by doing these 3 things, I guarantee you that even if you don't make the 50 times more money, I guarantee you will definitely make more money, whether it's 10 times, whether it's 20 times, whether it's even 5 times. I mean, would 5 times the amount of money that you made last year be cool? If it would be, why are you not doing this, right? If it's speaking on stages, if it's having new health goals, if it's meeting the love of your life, all of these things will be impacted. So I challenge you to, first of all, implement these 3 things. Note them down, whether it's in the comments or in a notebook, implement them. The second thing is like this video if you got any value from it, or you just like the content, got some enjoyment from it, like the video. Also subscribe so that you don't miss any more of these videos to help you become your best version for this year and beyond, okay? And once you've done that, those 3 things, I want you to come back to these 3 things that you wrote down and really embody it, because I don't want you to just learn from this video. I want you to implement from this video. Why? Because the people who implement are the ones who get the most change, get the most benefits from what I'm sharing in these videos. So other than that, much love, much appreciation. Make sure to implement these 3 things, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.